Tomorrow night, will you remember what you said tonight? Tomorrow night, will all the thrills be gone? Tomorrow night, will it be just another memory? Just another lovely song that's in my heart to linger on. Your lips are so tender and your heart is beating fast, and you're willing to surrender. Tomorrow night, will you be with me when the moon's bright? Tomorrow night, will you say those lovely things you said tonight? Will it last? Tomorrow night, will you be with me when the moon is bright? Tomorrow night, will you say those lovely things you said tonight? So this is the lesson for my version of Tomorrow Night, the big hit for Lonnie Johnson. He recorded it in 1948. And the main difference is that he recorded in standard tuning, key of F, I believe. And I'm playing it in this, let's say, his pre-war tuning. From 1925 to 1932, Lonnie Johnson finger-picked and used the G6 tuning and playing out of D. And the G6 tuning is the first four strings are in standard tuning, and the fifth and the sixth string are tuned down a full tone, so we have a G here and a D. It's almost open G tuning. And normally one plays in the key of G in that tuning, but Lonnie plays in the key of D. And he has, for the one chord, the D, he's open 6th string and 4th string. And for the 4th chord, the G, he has the open 5th string, which comes in handy. Only for the 5th chord, the A7, you'll have to bar or use some kind of form to get that chord, to fret that 5th string 2nd fret. Okay, my arrangement is based on the arrangement by the German-American guitarist Willie Salomon. Check him out, and in the video description I'll put some links to his pieces. And well, he was able to make an arrangement that is in his old style tuning, but is in his new style, well, Lonnie Johnson style, of playing what he played starting from the end of the 30s. He switched from his G6 tuning to standard tuning and playing with a flat pick. And in 1963, when he was rediscovered and was part of the American Folk and Blues Festival, he was filmed a couple times, and you can see he plays with a flat pick, all downstrokes by the way, and still great, but not his like his old style. Anyway, this arrangement combines the two. You have that typical swing feel strum in there, mixed with single string runs. Okay, if you're interested in the tab, open the video description, and there's a link that will tell you more about it. Let's start with the introduction. So we have a typical introduction, which he used probably a couple times, or variations on that, starting from the 3rd string. And notice I'm playing it all with a temp to get a bit more forceful sound. And this I really like. You bend, and then on the offbeat you slide to the 7th fret. You don't pick it there. And then his signature lick. And you can fool around with the dynamics there. And notice those little bass notes. That. And then we have that diminished chords. We love to use diminished chords. And then we have an arpeggio in the E7. Don't forget to fret that 2nd fret to get that A of the 5th string. One more time. Tomorrow night, will you remember what you said tonight? Tomorrow night, will all the trails be gone? So that's the first part. And I think, of course, I've said this before many times, the muting is important. That's the bar 5. Notice that 2nd and the 4th beat are muted to get that swing feel in. Open string to walk into the D9 chords. 5, 5, 5, 4. And this is more modern feature. I don't think he used that in his old days. And it's, I think, the touch of Willie Salomon here. And that typical all downstrokes with a temp. And to a G, bar 7, arpeggio. Bar 8. There we go to a G minor. Now, that's an arpeggio, temp and temp, temp, sorry, temp, temp, index, middle. On one beat. And mute it afterwards. And then we have a E minor, which is, you could say, the same chord shape as a diminished, but moved towards your face. one string. So you have on the second string the 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret. And that comes really in handy here. Very easy to grab there. So bar 9. Sorry. And to our A7. You can use the full chord, the D, or just fretting the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then in the 11th bar we have a... Notice the bass, I'm muting that with the side of my hand. And I'm doubling the bass. And you can use, you don't have to double that, you could play. But I'm muting the bass because I really want that little riff shine out there. So bar 11. And then we're sliding to the 7th fret, 4th string, and get an A7. And I want that, if you hear the full bar, you hear that that note and that note, the A and the G, are really ringing into the next beat. And that's why you're going to grab the chord like this, another bar, because in the second beat we're going to move our index finger to the 6th fret, and then I'm changing to the A7 sharp 5, which is 5, 6, 6, 5. So again, bar 11 and 12. And then the last two beats, vamp, upstroke, downstroke with the fingers, and the open D string to get into the next bar. One more time. Tomorrow night, will it be just another memory? So bar 13 is exactly the same as bar 5, with the difference in the first two beats. I'm going to a normal D chord, while in bar 5 I went to this one, which is more a G chord. Anyway, slide. So let's resume for bar 12. Tomorrow night, will it be just another? And notice in bar 13, that muting again to get that swing feel. Arpeggio, bar 15. G minor. And now we're going to G minor, that shape we had on the 5th fret, while 4th fret, we're going to the 7th fret. So it's 8, 7, 8, 7. Memory. Just another lovely song. Sorry, lovely song. That's in my heart to linger on. So we were at bar 16, the G minor. Bar 18 we have the A7, and don't think about it as an A7. Picture an E minor, and you add the pinky to the 2nd fret, 2nd string, an E minor 6, like that. One more thing I would like to say about those minor chords. Look at my right hand. We don't want the first string to ring when we play those chords, and we're using downstrokes. Not like that. And I'm putting my fingers almost under the E string, thin E string, to block it. My hand is already there, so why not use it? So that's what I do with those diminished formed G minor chord here and E minor there. So we were at bar 16, sorry, the G minor. That's a lovely song that's in my heart to linger on. And for those, well, I want to inform you that I put the lyrics under the tab for the whole song, so you know where to sing it exactly. So then we have the bridge. So we end it with a later on. Also note the muting again in that bar 18. D9 and adding the pinky to the 7th fret, first string. And then we have the bridge with those nice minor chords. Your lips are so tender, and your heart is beating fast. Sorry. And you're willing to surrender. Tell me, darling, will it last? So we're starting bar 21. So notice that the shortness of the note there. Same thing. Diminished chord there. And you willingly surrender. So at the 7th fret we have an F sharp minor, or the diminished form chords. And then in bar 26 we're going to a B minor. 9 frets, 7, 7, 7. Lots of downstrokes there. And then to an E7. 7, 5, 7, 6. A7. Triangle form, 5, 6, 5. Open, and the A7 sharp 5. And then we have to go to the 3rd page. Well, we'll do that in context. So let's start at the bar 25. And you're willing to surrender. Tell me, darling, will it last? Tomorrow night, will you be with me when the moon is bright? Tomorrow night. Lovely things to say tonight. And then we're going to the solo. So at page 3, after our tomorrow night, da, 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 will you be with me when the moon is bright? So So in bar 29 we had a little variation there. And then back to that chord. D9. And no open, it's the same as bar 14 for example. But instead of in the second bar, the open D, you're just striking the chord twice. If you like that, of course, you can use bar 30 instead of bar 14 at its place there. You have a choice. And back to our G minor chord there. Tomorrow night. Then our A7, our E minor sixth form. Will you say those lovely things you said tonight? You have to sing a little bit faster there, and if you listen to Lonnie Johnson, he sings it very differently than what I do. He mixes long stretched words with very fast sentences in between. Will you say those lovely things you said tonight? That second beat of bar 35, it's a downstroke. Same here, bar 36. And then we're going to the solo, which is very typical of what he would have used in his pre-war recordings. Here we go. I'm going to play it slowly. That's the bridge again. Now, starting the solo, bar 36. Lots of bending of the 5th fret and muting of the bass. Now I'm doubling the bass, the second beat of bar 37. You don't have to do that, it's just or you can switch, for example, the first beat of bar 37 as a double bass. You have a lot of possibilities there. Don't think that my arrangement is chiseled in stone. Listen how I try to add some dynamics there. And bar 39, accent, bar 40, first note, minor, and all those minor chords which are followed by a bend. Well, it's a soft bend. You don't have to bend full because it's your pinky you have to use, so a very slight bend is okay. And then we have some all downstrokes, a G6 chord, then we're going to move that around and accent a bit usually the first note, the first strike of every beat. E minor, 6, 8, 9, 9. Now in bar 42 you see that open B string, if you play the open G string or the D string even, no problem, because it's followed by the right chords. An open string followed by the right chords always works. So, you see? Or, you can hardly hear, but it's necessary to play it, because without it, it sounds there's something missing. It's always, let's say, a pickup note for the next beat. And then we have bar 43, triangular form, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 7, D major 7. And then you form your diminished chord and move it up. So we have an F sharp 7. And you know, if you move diminished chords 1, 2, 3 steps up, it's the same chords. It has the same notes, but on different strings. So, bar 43. Listen to the short notes there. Bar 44. We have there the E7, 7, 5, 7, 6. So we have a nice little string introduction there. And then I'm going, you see, index, middle, and third finger, index, and then I'm going to the third finger for those bends. And you see, I'm using both fingers, third and second, well, middle finger, ring finger, to do bends there. And then we're going to the 12th and 10th fret, going down for 2 beats. And notice I'm really playing this fourth, very forceful. I'm muting the third string, the open third string, because I don't want to hear that. And if you play it softly, well, it loses its character. There we have a G7, 13th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret, bar 47. And then we're going, that's I think the hardest part, which took me the longest time to get it right. Bar 48. Sorry. And sounds a bit unusual to do that way, but it's a thumb downstroke for the open 5th string and the fretted 4th string on the 5th fret. And that's all you want to hear. I'm muting these strings below there. So, starting again from bar 47. Yeah, I think it's important, bar 48, the last note, to play that pickup, because otherwise you'll have the tendency of playing that slides half beat too fast, and then it falls apart, so to speak. See? And It's not a triplet, bar 49, that second beat. So you have to, that B there on 7th fret first string, has to ring a little bit longer than the third part of a triplet, you could say. And the best thing to learn those things, those little things, which are sometimes confusing because it's preceded by a triplet, and you have the tendency of maybe playing also triplets, but it's not. And it's best to have that riff in your mental mind, how it goes, and then it will descend and translate to the fingers easier. Watch the fingering. Sorry, it's triplets. And that's not a triplet there. The third beat of the 50th measure. And then we're sliding. Sorry. And we're ending on the bar 51. I'm ending with my third finger, but I'm sliding up with my second finger here. Ring finger, middle finger, which is easier for what follows. So, and then we're ending, well, we're back at the bridge. Your lips are so tender, and your heart is beating fast, and you're willing to surrender. Tell me, darling, will it last tomorrow night? Will you be with me when the moon is bright? Tomorrow night, when you say those lovely things you said tonight. Now the ending, I didn't tap that out. It's not that hard. So in the bridge, bar 33, we have, and I'm stopping here at the third fret, and then it's one beat, well, rest or a percussive hit. Will you say those lovely things? Those are the first three beats of bar 34. Will you say those lovely things you said before? And then in the tap, I did tap that out at the ending, page 4. That's what is in the tap, and I changed it a little because with an ascending run, with all those diminished chords, apart from the D here, you can fool around, let's say, rhythmically, and do a lot of things. So you can go up and down and up again. And what I did was that the D is not on the beat but in between beats. So if you tap your foot, sorry. So I'm going, or something like that. Well, you have to figure that out yourself, I guess. Anyway, what I added was, in the tap is just the 6th string and then the harmonics on the 7th fret. And I added the A here, 2nd fret, 5th string. Like that. So that's it for tomorrow night. I think one of Lonnie Johnson's best songs. And he loved to sing those ballads. And he was a bit unlucky. He won a recording contract in 1925. He participated at a contest and he won a recording contract with OK. And they demanded of him to play blues because that's what's selling to the black market. The market, destined for black, the race market as they call it in those days. And so he was, let's say, pigeonholed in the blues, and he was much, much more. And when he was rediscovered, he loved to play also ballads, but the blues mafia who preferred emotional blues like Son House, Skip James, they didn't like that and dismissed him as a has-been. So his success was mediocre after he was rediscovered in '59. It was with ups and downs. And finally, his final years he spent in Toronto because there was less racial tension, he said. And I've put a link in the video description. There's a great little book that someone who met him during those years in Toronto, and he wrote a little book about it, and it's a very warm book and gives you an insight in how Lonnie Johnson was. So I really advise you, if you're interested in Lonnie Johnson, to read that. There's another biography, and let's say I started it and I have never finished it. I still have to do it. I really don't like the style of that writer, and I think it's very hard to write a biography when the person you're writing about is dead for more than 60 years. And also all the people that knew him are dead, so that's very hard to do, I think. Anyway, have fun with tomorrow night.